My name is Broady from the Broady Windsor Group, and I'm back with our monthly real estate market update, this one for March 2021. Critically low inventory levels across Montreal continue to drive prices upward as battle-weary buyers fight it out for the very small number of available homes in the single-family market. The condo market also came roaring back in the first quarter of this year, which was unexpected as we had predicted a slight slowdown in condos until later in the year. I suspect this is largely due to the lack of options and steep price increases in the single-family market, forcing most first-time buyers to turn to the more affordable entry-level condo in order to become a homeowner. There are essentially no more detached homes available under $500K, and those that are priced under the $500,000 mark are selling way over that number. All right, let's take a look at some of the numbers. I'll begin with the island of Montreal as a whole, and then I'll take a look at our local market out here on the West Island. The single-family market in Montreal saw the median price rise a whopping 36% if we compare March of 2020 with March of 2021. And in just the first quarter of this year, we saw prices jump 11%, hitting $737,000. The number of sales was up 6% for the first quarter of this year compared to last, and up 17% for March versus March of last year. What makes this all the more impressive is the fact that the number of active listings dropped 28% compared to March of last year, with only 1,035 single-family homes on the market. For some perspective on just how low that number really is, we had 3,432 homes for sale in March of 2016, a year with a healthy, balanced market. Months of inventory hovered at 1.8, meaning if no other homes hit the market and the pace of buying continued, all of the inventory would be sold in 1.8 months. A typical balanced market would have between 4 and 6 months of inventory. All right, let's look at condos. The median price of a condo in Montreal hit $403,000. That's up 5% from March of last year, while the number of sales was up significantly, jumping up 45% over March of 2020. Inventory rose by 73%, which is a lot, but with months of inventory sitting at a measly 2.6, the market is still firmly in favor of sellers. Again, if we go back and look at the inventory levels in 2016, we were down 50%. Okay, I'm going to jump over and take a look at the West Island, starting with the ridiculously overheated single-family market. It's no surprise that things were just as hot as the rest of the greater Montreal area, with median prices rising by 31% year over year. Sales were down 9% in March versus March of last year, and that's strictly due to the lack of available housing, as the number of active listings fell by a staggering 47%, with, get this, only 278 homes on the market for the month of March. Again, to give you some perspective on just how low that number is, we had 1,252 listings on the market in March 2016. West Island condos weren't much different. We had a 72% jump in condo sales in the month of March compared to March 2020, and prices shot up 34%, hitting a median of $371,000. Active listings rose by 25%, while months of inventory sat at 2.5. Well, there you have it, folks. Probably the craziest quarter in the history of Montreal real estate. Is there any end in sight? Are we going to see a major slowdown in the market? Are we going to see a correction? My personal feeling is, unless we see a real influx of inventory and a significant increase in interest rates, I think we're in this for at least the foreseeable future. It's extremely difficult on buyers. It's a great market if you're a seller, but if you've got to sell and you've got to go somewhere, you're in the same boat when it comes time to buy. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about all this. Feel free to comment below. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next month.